What's going on, everybody? Walter with the RC Addiction Vlog. We're back, guys, and we're getting ready to do another review. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sneak peek right there. Oh, okay, I'll go grab it. Let's do a review. I'm super excited about this car, if you can't tell. All right, let me go grab it. Okay, guys, here it is. The new Fortec Drift, the all-new Drift RTR car from Traxxas. I'm super excited. I've never owned a drift car, RC car, so I am super excited to give this a whirl. This will be the first time I've ever done this, so and I've heard it's very challenging. So I'm always up for a good challenge. So let's see what we've got with this thing. All right. Before we do that, let's check out these box panels, because I'll tell you what, the box panels from Traxxas are always super rad. So on the front, you see here in the red-orange colorway with that side profile shot. Obviously, this is a licensed Mustang, so I'm always a sucker for licensed stuff. So super excited. That looks super rad right there. On the top here, let me spin this around. On the top here, just gives you a good display of some of the good components and parts that this machine comes with. Another rad thing that Traxxas did on this car was that they included both sets of tires, one for probably outdoor and one for probably indoor. So we're going to take a look at that and see what we got going on. Also on this side, just all the gibberish about what's in the box, you know, a bunch of the legal jargon. On this side, we've got all the different colorways, and of course, you know me, if you've seen any of my other white RTR cars, I've got a white Slash, the TRD Pro Tundra, and the Glacier White, so had to keep the theme and went with the white body color scheme. But they do have some other colors. My local hobby shop, Al's, had the reddish orange one, the top left there, and it's a pretty cool color scheme. I like the all white. I think it looks the best, and so that's what we went with. So shout out to Al's for having the color scheme that we wanted. And then on this side, a nice profile shot of the blue color scheme, which that one's probably pretty rad too. I'm a big blue guy. And then on this bottom side, it gives you a breakdown of just like high steering angle and what you get from this car. The other rad thing about this car is that they included the Traxxas iLink for the wireless controller to link it up to your phone. Because I believe, I haven't looked too much into it, we're going to find out right now, but I haven't looked too much into it, but I believe that's how you're going to control all your drift adjustments and drift modes. So let's get this thing broken open and see what we can come up with here. All right, so, and of course, yeah, I do have my knife with me. And break the old perfect seal here, the non-warranty seal. So it's ours now. All right, let's see what we've got. All right, so let's see if we've got maybe one big deal. Okay, so on this side, we've got a couple of our preload spacers, and it looks like our extra set of tires. I don't know which ones those are. We'll find out. And then obviously we've got our owner's manual and a couple of rad Traxxas stickers that you get to put on your toolbox or somewhere. Oh yeah, they're in there. And of course the tools you never use. So, all right, let's get this thing flipped over here. Let's see what we got. And the remote. We'll get that all figured out here in a little bit. Okay, so like I said, we've got the Glacier White. Let's see what this thing looks like here. Holy Toledo, guys, this thing's gonna be cool. Oh, you know what? I've got to get some snips, because I don't have, this thing's zip tied to the bottom of the box here. So let's break those free. Okay, now the car. Now we can get this, and this has got the clipless body mount. So let's see if we can figure out how to get this thing on. There it is. Okay, check this out. Look at that. Super scale looking. Love the back with the diffuser. Man, that looks good. Oh man, I'm excited. Obviously super scale looking to the Mustang, but that is rad. I love the cowls on the hood there. That's rad. All right, so let's take a look at this car. Let's get our plastic out of here. Get our zip ties out of here. We'll get this out of here. Okay, so here's our drift car. It looks like a pretty, I don't know. This is pretty much a Vortec four-wheel drive kit car that they've been making for a few years now. But it looks like they just made it into a two-wheel drive instead of the four-wheel drive, which is super rad because obviously it gets the price point down for consumers that are wanting to get into this. It looks like we use our standard 5800 2S batteries that we run in the rest of our cars. That thing is rad. Man, give you a good shot of that thing. This is their all-new 21-turn 550 Titan drift motor. And then obviously you can see here's the rear clipless and then the front clipless body mount. You get your finger underneath the car, and then this is up by the spoiler, so you kind of have to dig your finger under there to get that. So, all right, well, let's get some batteries charging. Let's see what we can come up with, man. I'm super excited to see what this thing can do. I've also got to get the app downloaded. I'll put the link to the app in the description in case you don't know which app you need to download. And we got some figuring out to do. We got a lot of work ahead of us, guys. So super excited. But let's get some batteries charged and see if we can't get this thing out on the road doing some drifts around some caution cones or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out in the street out here just to run some laps. So, all right. Okay, guys, so we got to drive this thing. A couple of pros and cons, honestly. In the videos of me driving, I had taken this to a undisclosed location. It's just a parking lot that we use to do some bashing in that is in downtown Medford. But we set up some cones and did some drifting, right? And we didn't really do anything spectacular, but what we were trying to do was figure out the iLink app and some of the different drift settings, messing with the gyro that's built into the receiver on these cars. And I will tell you, it definitely takes some adjustment and some learning. Drifting is something that is definitely a driver's, it's all about the driver and about the control, the throttle control that you have versus pitching the car which direction. And so it was very, very challenging for me. I did enjoy it very, very much. One thing I did notice about the car is after, I don't know, we spent about 3 hours in that parking lot. This car does not use any battery. I have the 5800 Traxxas 2-cell batteries that I run. I've been running those for a long time. They have good run time, good power for any of the 2S Traxxas stuff. And dude, we ran this thing for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, maybe even longer than that, because we didn't leave till like, I don't know, I think we got there at like 7 and didn't leave till almost 10:30, because it's a lit parking lot, so you can stay all night if you want. But the car does not use any battery. It's crazy. Like I thought the car was gonna die, and then we actually had a little incident where a rock got stuck in the servo saver, or in the servo steering, and we thought, oh well, we're losing battery because we're losing steering, and we pulled the car back over to us. Sure enough, the battery's not even close to being dead. It's just the rock stuck in the steering mechanism. So that was pretty cool. I mean, to be able to run the car that long was pretty rad. I did enjoy that part of it and not having to worry about, you know, only 20 or 30 minutes of runtime. But we did find out what our first upgrade is going to have to be. And Traxxas, this is to you. The servo you guys put in this sucks. This is the 2075 standard servo from Traxxas. I will tell you, last night when we got done after a couple hours of running, and then we took breaks, turned the car off, let the things cool down, let the motor cool down, you know, standard RC stuff. You know, you can't just run them for 3 hours straight. So we did turn them off and let them cool down, but I'm pretty sure we smoked this servo already. It was extremely hot to the point where I felt like it may have wanted to melt the like undercarriage or the bottom of the chassis, because like you couldn't even touch right here last night, because it was so hot from the servo. And then of course it was making horrendous noises. So I'm pretty sure we smoked the servo in this thing. Not the end of the world. We'll put a nice good servo in it and probably never have to deal with the issue again. We will probably upgrade to a metal servo horn, just because the one on here is plastic. So that'll have to be a thing, I think. But other than that, I mean, for a RTR drift car out of the box, this thing's sick. And you can actually do quite a bit of adjustment. It takes a little bit more. It's not as easy as like adjusting some turnbuckles and stuff like that. But I will tell you, this thing, it is very fun to drive. It doesn't necessarily handle the best out of the box. We did have to make some adjustments on the gyro side. Obviously you have the 3 different modes on the app. You have the TSM drift, the TSM, and then your gyro mode. We ended up finding ourselves only sticking or adjusting the gyro mode. It allowed the car to be a little bit more free and playful. It seemed like everything else, the car just wanted to like hold still and it wouldn't let you pitch the car one way or the other. But who knows, that could just be me and my learning curve in the drifting side. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing and this review and some of the drive time that we got to do on this car so far. But I will show you guys in the next video what servo we decided to put in this thing, just because I haven't made up my mind yet on what I want to do. I'll probably do a little bit of research online and find out what other drift guys are using in their cars. But other than that, the car performs pretty well right out of the box, which is what we try to review. How well does it perform? Now, being that we ran it for a long time, I'm not saying that 3 hours isn't a long time with minimal breaks, but I will tell you that for all this to last that long and for me to only go through a servo, I'm kind of impressed. I mean, I didn't really want to spend a servo or spend the money on a servo right now for this car. I was hoping it would last a little longer, but which is crazy because like this car you ran a couple hours and you smoked a servo because you're using the steering so much. But then like my 2-wheel drive slashes that we run, or like the new mud bosses or modified, like I don't know, their stock servos seem to be fine. They run hot, but at least through a battery, you get through a battery without cooking a servo. So pretty interesting to me, the difference. But we appreciate you guys watching anyways. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications every time we post some videos. And guys, we'll see you next time.